here, and Suncoast residents are putting on their gardening gloves, sprucing up their lawns with plants and flowers. But this is Florida, and those beautiful plants and flowers we spend so much time and money planting are going to have to stand up to some extreme heat, heavy rainstorms, possibly even a hurricane. Some plants will survive, but many might not. Well, we welcome Alex Barth, landscape and design manager from Troy's Tropics, to guide us in choosing the right plants and to show us how to protect those plants from the challenges that they're going to face. You are right in time.
Yes, it appears so.
Yes.
Yep.
So, as we're heading into summer, this isn't just about kind of refreshing our yards with a summer look. I know that we have to also make some thoughtful decisions about what can withstand a hurricane. Can we have both? Can we have beautiful plants and that still might survive?
Yeah, most definitely. You can have beautiful plants throughout summer and throughout hurricane season. And hurricane season's scary. I mean, our landscaping is the last thing we probably think about, but it's important because hurricanes pass. And then sometimes we're left with destruction, and a lot of us can't afford to just do a complete makeover. So it's always good to have intentional landscaping done, to make sure to withstand all seasons throughout the year.
Now you brought just a small sample, but
Yeah.
it's beautiful for us, of some of the plants that would be something to think about as we are redoing our yards. Let's start with right there on the left, the red ones.
Yes, the red ones are dwarf ixoras. So these are actually native to tropical Asia. So you think of tropical Asia, the islands around there, a lot of storms, a lot of hurricanes and cyclones. So they're fantastic. They hold up well. Through my experience, I've seen them hold up well, especially through the most recent event, Irma, and they bloom throughout the entire year. They make great hedges, very nice tropical plants.
Oh, and they're native, you said.
So they're not native, they're native to tropical Asia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're naturalized here. So naturalized means that they've been here for a number of years and they've proven to perform well.
Oh, great. And they are beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
they
brightness,
are.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, what about the
So the Arbicola
collection
trinet, now this is considered by many one of the strongest plants in Florida. These guys are just weatherproof, hurricanes, I wouldn't say tornadoes, but definitely flooding, drought. I mean, they're fantastic. They're used commonly as, again, a hedge plant, foundational plantings, or individual aesthetic plants just to provide a neutral variegated color that goes along with different textures of greens and things like that. So they're great.
And I like the color. I like
I
that
do
they have a
too.
lighter color, so
Yeah,
everything.
Dimension.
Brighten everything up.
They
Beyond
do. They
just-
certainly have dimension. That's a good word.
And
Yeah.
beyond just green, although there is a beautiful plant next to it. Tell us what we're seeing
There
next door.
is. That is the Xanadu philodendron, and Xanadus are fantastic. They're native to down near Brazil. So Brazil has torrential rains, high winds sometimes, so they just withstand a number of different conditions. Very nice, and they're used as a first or second layer plant. When you have 3 or 4 layers, they're used as a lower layer plant, and they hold up quite well.
Oh, wow. And they are beautiful. I mean, the shape of the leaves
They
is
are.
gorgeous. They have a great name.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They'll make
I'll
you
know
sing
what
every
to
time.
order.
Yep, makes you sing every time.
All right, and speaking of tropical, what's next to them?
All right, so here we have palms. Now, a good way to look at palms is palms are native to areas that have high winds, tons of hurricanes, multiple storms throughout the year. So, I mean, these things are so resilient. And I brought pygmy date palms as an example, and then Christmas palm behind the pygmy date palms. And they're 2 fantastic palms. They withhold a number of different weather conditions, especially during the summer. They tend to really thrive.
So it sounds like all of these are examples of plants that not only can be sturdy through the storms, but seem to have some variety as far as if they get too much rain or if it's very warm. How much should we be watering these plants?
So at first, rule of thumb is, about every other day for about a month or two. And then the roots will come out in the surrounding soil, they'll get established, and then just a few times a week or even once a week when they're established. There's even situations where people don't have irrigation at all, and they'll withstand drought conditions, in particular the Arbicola trinet, that variegated plant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about location. Does that help where we plant them? Will that help determine their survival?
Most definitely, yeah. Usually in partial sun is a lot more forgiving than just full blaring sun. But again, these are really resilient, so not really an issue no matter where you plant.
All right, so you have some tips. So we mentioned, summer in Florida also means hurricane season.
Yes.
So some things that we should consider as just to, try to protect our plants as best as possible.
Most definitely.
So location, do we need to move all of our plants inside, closer to the home? Where
Yeah,
should
so
they go?
obviously when they're planted in the ground, not an issue, right? But we do have pots and we have plants in pots, and that's a big thing. When there's big hurricanes coming, they become projectiles, essentially missiles. So we want to move those in as close as we can to the foundation or surrounding walls, and that'll really save you, a broken window or something, or a damaged car. So the other thing is, we have a ton of rain coming typically with hurricanes, so turn off your irrigation system. It's very simple. You don't have to be a genius. Go to the box, flip it off. And when we have flooding, why would we have irrigation running? We see that a lot here in South
we do.
Florida.
Forget to take
Yeah,
care
they don't
of
have
it.
weather sensors, and it's just like, we'll have water knee deep and you have the irrigation still running. So, yeah.
Now, you mentioned when you talk about palms, sometimes we'll see the palm fronds start to fall. If
Yeah.
we are having, a hurricane warning or tropical storm warning, what should we be doing with branches? And
Yeah, again, it goes along the projectile or missile type of theory. So you want to take care of dead fronds, dead branches, bushes that are dead. Get all that stuff cleared out ahead of time, because all of that stuff tends to go flying through high wind events.
So err on the side of caution.
Yes.
Hopefully we will not have to worry about it, but
Prepare.
we'll still have beautiful yard
Yes.
with these
got
recommendations.
it.
Thank you, Alex.
You're
Beautiful
welcome.
stuff. You can find more information on all of your landscaping and gardening needs and questions by visiting Troy's Tropics. You can find them online at troystropics.com. Coming up next, our guest host Jane tells us about her outreach for those in need. We'll be right back.